Hello, everyone, and welcome to the series analysis episode of Seattle Baseline Podcast. My name is Julian Smith, and I'm with Alex Hong. Alex, they've done it. Astros series sweep. We assumed that if we take 2 out of 3, 2-1 against the Astros, that we'd be pretty good in the playoff standings and the bye standings.
Or the
We
division.
go out and sweep them. Yeah, we thought that sweeping or getting 2 out of 3 against the Astros meant the division was ours, and we got a sweep. We got 3 out of 3. Alex, I am excited beyond words. We have gone 14 wins out of the last 15 games. Like that's a Mariners miracle right there. How do you feel about this,
I mean, the
bro?
Etsy, which is true. And I mean, hey, I gotta give a lot of credit to these Mariners, right? They had a point where they were really losing. They were losing so many games. This was the terrible Mets series, the terrible Phillies series, and it was like that stretch in time. We were wondering if the Mariners were even gonna make the playoffs, right? But then everything changed. I mean, I guess you had one bad stretch and one really, really good stretch, but at least the really, really good stretch came in now because this is when we really, really, really needed it. And yeah, the Mariners have put themselves in such a good position. It's like finally that we can actually kind of relax, I'd say. I feel like
Mhm.
most Mariners fans, they're really excited right now, but they're also pretty relaxed. A lot more relaxed than maybe after the Phillies series when it was all panic.
Yeah, I mean, like sweeping the Astros is really big because not only is does this mean that you have the tiebreaker or you get the division or everything. It implies all of that, but you just beat a team that has a pretty good chance of getting into the playoffs. You just won basically a playoff series, and you've gotten significantly closer to getting that bye, which means that you don't have to play in the first round. You get to, especially because we're going to talk about this a little bit more later, but Brian Wu, you don't know how he's doing right now, and so to have that bye is actually going to be really important, and you can't do that without beating the Astros.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, this series, like, it showed a lot for me. First of all, the starting pitching was absolutely amazing. Brian Wu would have had one of, like, probably his greatest starts if he didn't get injured, which it was so unfortunate he had to leave the game. But the Mariners, their bullpen locked it down. They shut him out, right, in the first game. Second game, it was Kirby, right? Yes, and he shut them down as well, right? And I know the Astros scored a grand slam into the Crawford boxes, right, to make the game a little close, but then you have Victor Robles making like one of the best catches I've ever seen out there, right, to win the game, and that was clutch. And then the third game, Gilbert, and I wouldn't even say Gilbert played that good, but he still played. Like the results were amazing. Like I don't really care how it happens, but he ended up giving up 1 run in 6 innings, and that was definitely plenty enough for us to win that game. So I really liked how the starting pitching. It gave me a lot better confidence because especially because this was a road series.
Yeah, and that Victor Robles catch, he came from outside of the frame. Like,
Yeah, he just
like who?
flew in and caught the ball.
So I'm watching I'm watching this thing, and Julio's running in, right? And then I'm not seeing Victor at all. I'm not seeing left or right field. You just see Julio in the frame with the ball coming down. And then you see Victor just like Superman right into the ball. It was actually pretty awesome. But Victor Robles, not just the catch, he's been awesome both offensively and defensively. He's not doing the super fancy stuff. I mean, he did get the home run, but that's the only real fancy thing that he did offensively. He was contributing by walking the bases loaded walk that he had. He had a
Yep.
sac fly. Like all of this small ball stuff that he's doing, it slowly contributes to this team. And with the defensive play, with the home run that he had, like everything just piles up. And Victor Robles is one of our better players right now. And it's crazy to say because everybody's playing well. But yeah, I'm excited that Victor Robles is back and he's contributing to the team in a way that you don't have to put him on the bench. Like you were worried probably that he wasn't going to come back and be, 2024 Victor Robles. And nobody expected him to be that. But as long as he's playing the way that he is right now, consistently contributing to the team, even if it's not flashy, he's still doing a bunch of stuff. One thing I want to touch on is Brian Woo's injury. The first day that he had it, it seemed like he he was injured, but it was under control, if that makes sense. And he comes out and he does the warm ups. He's throwing 70-mile-per-hour pitches to try to warm up after, was it the fifth inning? Going into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sixth?
going
Yeah.
into six.
But he realizes, no, I can't go through this. He's going to get off the field, which understandably so. It didn't seem like he was at his best physically, especially if you're throwing 70 mile per hour and you just don't feel right. You should always get off the field and seek medical attention at that
Yeah.
point. But Bizardo's ready to go, shoves. Everybody plays well. Um, Brash and Munoz. Wait, no, was it Brash?
I think I don't
It
exactly
was.
remember who came out that game.
I think it was Munoz was one of
Pizarro,
them,
I think Pizarro
and
and
like
Brad. I think Brash and Munoz did go, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah.
yeah, Brash, Bizardo, and Munoz. Bizardo goes 2 innings,
That
fantastic.
was fantastic by Pizarro.
Um,
Clutch.
yeah, and I think the news seems to be pointing that Brian Woo's not injured. Like it's not going to be like an IL type of injury. Seems more like it was a little bit stiff. He's going to look after it. It's a day by day thing, and then hopefully by at least the playoffs, if he can go by the next start, that'd be great. But if he can get back by the playoffs, that's going to be pretty awesome. Let's touch on the playoff situation. I mean, we're super excited here because of the playoff situation. This is like the most important part right here. The Mariners, after sweeping the Astros, they're 3 up on the Astros with the tiebreaker. So if the Mariners win 3 games from now, they win the American League West.
Yeah, one thing I quickly want to mention about this series is that uh this I truly believe this can be our year because we have been so lucky with injuries. This Wu injury is kind of like the biggest one as of recently, right? Like sure we lost Thornton, but Thornton did not provide that much value to the team, like objectively speaking. And Victor Robles, he was basically like he didn't play basically from the start of the season, and he just came back to our roster. It was just a magical boost into our roster. We've been really lucky with injuries so far. So I feel like the Mariners, we have to be able to capitalize on this like golden opportunity. If we look at the Astros, they if they had full strength, this could have been a lot more competitive series. But they lost Jordan. They put in Isaac Paredes as a please, I don't even know, like just the wishful thinking aspect. He didn't even play any minor league rehabs. So the Astros were like they're like down and the Mariners are up. So this is a big blessing opportunity that Mariners had, and they were able to take advantage. But yeah,
And
with go on.
yeah, one thing you can't discredit is the fact that the Tigers have just fallen apart. And
Yeah, we got
I
lucky for
think
that.
going into like last week, I think the theory was that the Mariners get the third division. Like
Yeah,
the American League
third,
West was
yes.
going to be the third place, and at least you'll have the opening series, the opening playoff series at home. I think
hmm
that was the original
I think we
assumption.
talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Tigers fell apart. They've gone 5 losses in a row. They're in a position where Cleveland might just sweep away their not just their not just
Division.
their division, but their playoff hopes. Like if the Tigers keep on losing, they'll be out of the playoffs at
Yeah.
this rate. And so the Mariners are actually firmly in the second place, the bye area of the standings, the American League, and I think the Mariners are looking really good right now.
Yeah, they truly are. Let's quickly talk about how this is going to play out. Right now, as it stands on Sunday night, right? We're filming this on Sunday night. Um, Toronto has the 1 seed, right? At 90 wins. The Mariners have
Yep.
87 wins at the 2 seed right now, firmly in the 2 seed. The 3 seed right now is the Tigers, who they're one at 85 wins, 1 game above the Guardians, who have 84 wins. And then the Astros, who we had swept, also have 84 wins. So out of all those teams I mentioned, everyone else below that basically has no chance of making the playoffs or is already eliminated. So, oh, I would start. And the Yankees, I forgot, 88 wins, and then the Red Sox at 85 wins. So out of all of those teams, one of those teams are going to miss the playoffs, right? And for the Mariners to miss the playoffs, a lot of things would have to happen to basically the Mariners are. It's like a 99.7% chance I think they're making the playoffs. So we did our job on that part, right? We're most likely
Mhm.
going to, well, knock on wood, we're most likely going to be making the playoffs. So now the question is, how do we clinch the 2 seed, right? So let's go through that scenario. Do you want to go through it?
Yeah. The Mariners sweep the Rockies in a 3-game series, clinch the playoffs, and clinch the bye.
And the division, all of
Yep.
that.
All of that.
The
If the
magic number is at
Mariners
3.
if the Mariners sweep the Colorado Rockies, which is the next series coming up, the Mariners essentially they take the division, and with one more win, they'll
Or
if they
loss
beat
of any AL Central team.
yep, we would win the well, not just any AL Central team. If the Tigers lose one game, because
Yeah.
the Cleveland Guardians are already at the position that the Astros are at, and
Mhm.
so if the Tigers lose one game, it's over. If the assuming the Mariners can sweep the Rockies.
And considering the way the Tigers are playing, I don't think they're winning 6-0 the rest of the way.
Mhm. Yeah, the Mariners are firmly in that driver's seat. The Mariners, assuming they don't completely collapse, they're already locked. They're looking really good right now. So I think all the Mariners have to do is
Take
they
care of
just need to
business.
play, yeah, take care of business. You're facing a horrible team. You're facing one of, if not the worst team in baseball.
Yeah,
And
they definitely are the worst team in
they're
baseball this year.
yeah, and their starting pitching is incompetent. They're basically rolling out a triple A starting pitching staff. I don't even know if they pass at triple A Tacoma. They might be a double A pitching staff. Like
And at least in
this,
our, yes.
yeah. This pitching staff should not stop you whatsoever. And I think the Mariners at this point, with the offense that they have, with the pitching staff coming back to more so their usual strength, I'd say the Mariners are in a tight spot where, or not tight spot. That's the wrong word. The Mariners are firmly in position to get that bye, and it's not going to be like very hard.
And this buy is huge. You talked about this in the last episode real quick, but like this is the automatic wild card series win essentially. We don't even need to
Yep.
play in the wild card series, which means we get to rest some of our guys who are probably fatigued, like Brian Wu, he's injured. I mean, all our starting pitchers, they've been fatigued. Cal Raleigh, that guy has gone through everything. He's done everything for us this season. He can finally take a break, right? Even in the All-Star break, he was in the home run derby and in the All-Star game starting, right? He hasn't had a truly long break, and this is the first chance he can have that really. So this is really big if we can get the wild card series. So yeah, it's very important. And for the path for the Mariners to do so, I mean, you talked about the pitching being incompetent on the Rockies. Like they are pulling out 9 ERAs. Like their like best ERA is like either 5 or 6 ERA. And two of the pitchers we're
Yep.
most likely going to be against are 9 ERAs. Like that is like if you have a 9 ERA, you most likely would not even be touching the MLB. You would probably be in triple or double A. So yeah, the Mariners have to take it. Like they don't even they can walk in here and probably they just need to take care of business. Like that's
Yep.
all I'm gonna say. Like if we somehow lose this series, that's completely unacceptable. Like most likely we're expecting a sweep, but even if you don't sweep, like, baseball can be fluky. A lot of things can happen, right? But I feel like the Mariners, we should take care of business against the Rockies, and if we do so, the Dodgers series doesn't matter.
And I love how fired up this team is. Like honestly, this is as fired up as we need this team to be. They're running on full cylinders right now. They could have taken 2 out of 3 and said, you know what? We beat the Astros. That's awesome. They said, we're going to shut the door. We're going to go and sweep this team that's probably going to make the playoffs. And we're going to destroy them because we're the Seattle Mariners. That's what this team said. And I am all for it. If they can keep on going, this Mariners team, like, there's good vibes only. There's Victor Robles doing all the fun poses and whatnot. This team has the best vibes out of most teams out there, and I think honestly, they might be the best vibes in the entire MLB. And I'm somebody that thinks the vibes matter, and so this type of good energy, this emotion running through the team, it's going to take us a long way.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of teams are scared to play the Mariners right now. And honestly, a lot of teams are probably scared to play the Guardians as well because they've been on a roll. And if the Mariners can stay on a roll leading into the playoffs, right? It doesn't matter if you won like 130 games in a row and then lost the last 32, right? Then you're going into the playoffs you could be going to the playoffs slow and just lose in the first round. Even though you would have the best season in MLB history, it doesn't matter, right? Because you didn't make it. Right now, the Mariners, it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you end and finish, right? Into the regular season, out of the regular season, into the playoffs. Right now, the Mariners have been one of the best teams like in baseball for the last few weeks, right? So this is a golden opportunity. If we continue this, have so much momentum going into the playoffs, right? The Mariners just seem unstoppable right now, and it's crazy to think that, but it's true.
Yep. And I assume the Mariners are going to get that series sweep. They did it against the Astros. They're going to do it against the Rockies. They're going to just keep on pushing through. They're going to go into the playoffs and they're going to do amazing. I think that's it for me. Alex, do you have anything to finish
Yeah,
off?
hopefully next time we're on here, we're talking about how the Mariners have actually clinched the playoffs, and then we could talk about, maybe some strategy, some rotation stuff, like what should we do in the playoffs, right? But for now, let's take care of the Rockies and then figure out from there. But that's all I have to say.
Yep, 100%. Hey, thank you everyone for tuning in. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our beautiful face on YouTube. Check out our Instagram. And as always, go Mariners.
Go Mariners.